All right, let's get into our first discussion now. Bitcoin is a currency created in 2009 by an unknown person using the Satoshi Nakamoto. Satoshi Nakamoto sounds Japanese
right there.
yeah. It is virtual or digital money. The first form of cryptocurrencies, and transactions are made with it without the involvement of banks.
Now, Bitcoin can be used to shop for goods and pay for services online. And much of the hype is about getting rich by trading it, as the market is largely unregulated. Though Bitcoin has been in use for some years now, but many persons, especially in this part of the world, do not really understand what Bitcoin is and how it works. Okay, very interesting one at that. I was actually going to ask you if you ever heard of Bitcoin. I heard about it the first time last year, actually. Last year, for the first time.
No, Bitcoin has been around for a while, and when it comes to the word Bitcoin, why not? But how it works is
what we don't know. So we're going to be enlightened, definitely. We have in the studio a partner of the Bitcoin or BitClub network in Nigeria, Victor Ganzalori. Good morning and thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Victor. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Yes.
Good morning.
Okay, so please, let's begin with understanding exactly what Bitcoin is. How does it work? A lot of people, when they hear Bitcoin, they think, oh, is it another Ponzi scheme? Is it another, like the MMM that crashed, you know, and they don't want to touch it?
Okay, basically, I'll go to the basics like you've asked. Bitcoin is money. Like you have your Naira, dollar, pounds, rands, and the other currency, fiat currencies, paper money. But Bitcoin is the first digital currency in the world.
Okay.
It was the invention of a guy named, an anonymous guy named Satoshi Nakamoto in 2008. But it came into the mainstream in 2009, and since then it's been going in leaps and bounds. So basically, Bitcoin is just the first digital currency in the world. It is money like you have your paper, Naira, dollar, pounds, and the rest of them. Just that it is in digital form.
Okay. So Satoshi Nakamoto, or
Satoshi.
Is he Japanese? Or the person, even though you say he's unknown, but is he from Japan?
From the name, you can almost say he's Japanese, but the guy is anonymous.
So, all right, so if the creator of this is anonymous, and we don't know who he is and where he comes from, we're not sure. How, if we don't trust that, how do we trust the product he's fronting? Well,
this is the good part about the whole thing. If you consider the technology on which Bitcoin was brought into existence, which is blockchain technology, it's been adopted globally now in every sector of human endeavor. It's the safest and most trusted technology right now because it's an open, open distributed peer-to-peer ledger, open source. The moment you have anything on blockchain, it cannot be altered by anybody, but it can be seen and verified and used by any and everybody. So basically, you don't you want to ask questions about the inventors or the inventor of Bitcoin being anonymous, but you're not really.
Well, the point is, people who are making money from it now don't even care about the inventor anymore.
It's not even about who I know
a couple of people who have,
of it.
Yeah, a number of people who would actually swear by Bitcoin and say, look, it has changed my life. I've been able to pay my rent, able to buy cars and all kinds of things. How exactly does it work? I mean, you wake up in the morning and you decide, I want to go on Bitcoin. Is it like the regular, though digital, the stock market, where you have a stockbroker, for example, but in this case, you don't need a stockbroker, you don't need a middleman?
Yeah, you can be involved in Bitcoin in 4 different ways.
Okay.
It's either you're buying to hold, or you're trading in Bitcoin, or you're accepting Bitcoin as a business, or you are mining Bitcoin. The mining is the production of Bitcoin. There are just 22 companies licensed by blockchain. Blockchain is like the central bank of all cryptocurrencies.
In the world.
In the world. Cryptocurrencies are the digital money we're talking about. Bitcoin is the forerunner. We have over 1,600 of them now. Just like you have different countries all over the world having their own peculiar currency. So Bitcoin is the forerunner to every other cryptocurrency. The blockchain is like the central bank. And there are just 22 companies licensed by blockchain to mine globally to mine Bitcoin. The company we represent is one of them. It's one of the 22. BitClub network. Basically, what happens on a blockchain is the verification of transactions using Bitcoin. So these 22 companies are like your bank clearinghouse. You know, if you issue me a check of a bank in Nigeria now, before my account can be credited, it has to go through the clearing of the central bank.
Yeah.
So the clearing houses are the companies we call the mining companies in cryptocurrency. So basically, anybody and everybody can use Bitcoin.
Okay.
Let me quickly chip in something.
Yeah.
We have like 7 countries that are called the world power, the G7, so to speak. Japan is one of them. Germany is one of them. Bitcoin is a legal tender in Japan. Bitcoin is a legal tender in Germany. America has the highest number of Bitcoin ATMs in the world. What is it telling us? It's telling us that the most powerful countries in the world, if we are looking in a particular direction, it would be very wrong of us to be looking the other way. What we are trying to propagate is the fact that we're not even saying everybody should come into BitClub network and join us and invest in the business, but we want to educate Nigerians as much as possible. We do not want Nigerians to continue playing catch up. Kenya is high up there in cryptocurrency usage. South Africa is high up there. Let me shock you. Do you know that Nigeria in the world, we are one of the highest users of Bitcoin?
Really?
Yes. In Africa, we are one of the highest users of Bitcoin. And South Africa in Africa is the highest receivers of Bitcoin.
Okay, so make us understand.
Which one is better now?
So make us understand, if in the first place, when Bitcoin comes, why the need for Bitcoin when you have the regular currencies to buy anything you want?
Fantastic question. Yeah. And the answer is very, very simple. For fiat currency, which is the paper money, the value keeps dropping. Because like we sit here now today, can you tell me, even the governor of Central Bank of Nigeria cannot tell us how many 1,000 naira notes is in circulation? You do not know. Because you don't know which is being torn. They only print and put in circulation. But for Bitcoin, it is regulated. The number that will ever exist is fixed.
That will ever exist?
Ever exist.
So it's not
fixed.
open-ended.
21 million Bitcoin will ever be available. Currently, we've mined close to 18 million. So what does that say? As the demand for Bitcoin continues to go up, the value will go up. In 2009, one Bitcoin, if you have 5,000 naira, you could have bought close to 500,000 units of Bitcoin because it was less than a cent of a dollar. Today, one Bitcoin is close to $7,000. Wow. What you buy with 10,000 naira in 2009, can you buy 10,000 naira today?
No, you can't.
Can you compare the rise in their values? You cannot. The paper, the value of fiat currency has continued to fall because it is controlled by government and regulated. But Bitcoin is not regulated. It is controlled.
Doesn't the Bitcoin also fall? And I've noticed one thing, the one you call fiat, the regular stock market, the global market, when it goes down, when it crashes, it seems to have some kind of effect on Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, if you like. Am I wrong?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
It doesn't?
It doesn't.
Okay. Why does it fall? Why does it crash?
The only reason why it doesn't crash, the only thing that happens is Bitcoin is highly volatile. And that is simply because it is controlled only by the people who uses it. So if you have a lot of people today bringing in money into the system to say, okay, you know, there are foreign investors bringing in money, the value, because there will be demand for Bitcoin, the value will go up. And then when people are pushing out the volume of Bitcoin they have on them and saying, okay, you know what, I want to liquidate some of the Bitcoin I have on me, definitely the value will go down. But you can still not compare it to fiat currency.
Maybe because it's just coming up now, so it's
still have doubts.
It's normal, not even globally. It's still relatively new, so it's normal for it to be up there. But when it is adopted to become the legal tender or the normal, whatever you use as the case may be, the value could also drop as the time goes on.
The value cannot drop because the number you have is fixed. That's why.
Can it be used to check corruption, for instance? Because you talk about it being controlled, and you talk about the issue of the amount or the number of Bitcoin worldwide will be fixed and will be known.
Yes.
But can you
to a very large extent.
Can you check?
To a very large extent, the technology, like I said earlier, the technology on which Bitcoin rides, blockchain technology, has been the last election in West Virginia in the United States. It was used as a comparative measure against the regular voting. It was even used in Sierra Leone, and it was discovered during the last Sierra Leone presidential election. It was used to compare how elections, the regular election is done, and if election is done on blockchain. If elections are taken to blockchain, the results will not be contestable in any way. Why? Because it is open source. It cannot be altered. It is secured, and everybody can see per second what is happening.
So it's a platform of the future then?
It is.
And the future is now, based on what you're telling us.
Okay.
Thank you so much for enlightening us. I hope people, at home are better enlightened, and you want to make that move right now.
Yeah, it's a product by Satoshi Nakamoto. So we hope that Victor will be here to give us more enlightenment so that Nigerians can get to catch up with understanding of what Bitcoin is. Thank you so much, Victor.
Thank you.
Ganzalori, thank you so much.